Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite dark sorcerer here. And today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about users and scam artists, especially those within the occult perspective. Okay? How many of you how many of you literally get friend requests, messages from people who claim to be a part of the Illuminati, or let's say, for example, they just want to learn, okay? They want to learn about Satanism. They want to learn about how to perform rituals. They want to learn how to become close with an entity, okay? Or perhaps any given current of magic that is out there today, okay? Now, you'll notice that a lot of these individuals, and I'm not hating on these people. I'm not going to sit there and how should I say this? I'm not going to sit there and it's not a race thing. It's not a discriminatory or anything like that. It's just a proven fact that most of these types who are into the Illuminati, or they want to just waste your time with stupidity, okay, are normally found according to their Facebook profiles, according to their messages that they leave on your YouTube channels. Okay. And I've been seeing a lot of this lately, by the way. And I've seen a lot of them over the years, especially the last 10 years. A lot of times it's Malawi, Ghana, um, Ethiopia, that region of the world. It's a third world country that these people are coming from. So I mean, number one, you gotta understand the living quarters, or the statures of how they're living over there. I mean, a lot of these regions are very, very poor. Okay, it's like going to Haiti. Okay, Haiti is one of those ones that's been ravaged by storms, been ravaged by earthquakes over the last 20 years. You know, it's just one of those regions that it's it's understandable why these people want to make is they want to make their lives better. That's the key point. And I get that. I really do. But you have those individuals out there that really are just there to waste your time. For an example, over the last week, I've talked to at least 9 people. Out of them, 4 of them, 4 out of 9 were just there to waste your time. They were just there to waste your time. Okay. Now, what do I mean by this? Okay. Well, let's take a look at this. They contact you through Messenger, or right, on your YouTube channel, your Facebook profile, whatever. And they say, "Hello, sir," or "ma'am," depending on who you are. And they say, "I want to learn. How do I become a Satanist? How do I become a practitioner of black magic? More specifically, how can I use these mechanics to benefit my life?" And you give them some pointers. Let's say, for an example, you give them references. Okay. Let's say, let's go with witchcraft, shamanism, necromancy, and Satanism. Okay. So you would you would give them, let's go with the Blood Sorcery Bible, Volume 1 and 2 by Sorceress Cagliostro, the Necromancer, or say, for an example, Lucifer's Raphael, Necromancy, the Forbidden Arts. Okay? Or perhaps, let's say, for an example, the Temple series, which is a 6-book set by Christopher Penziak, who is a well-established shamanistic practitioner. Alistair Notch, a spokesman for theistic Satanism, who's written at least 10 books and has an 11th book out as a journal. Okay, so you've right there, you've just given numerous sources that would teach them the mythology and also the different types of practices, such as meditations, visualization. Okay, no actual rituals, but will teach you. I mean, the Blood Sorcery Bible alone has at least 25 to 30 pages just on medical procedures within, say, for an example, bloodletting back to the ancient world, and over the last 300 to 400 years, associated with medical procedures. Okay, so right there, you have some procedures, you have the history and the methodological aspects of dietas, and you're learning about the tree of life and death, the Kabbalah, if you wish, the Hermeneutics. You're learning the art, the science, and most importantly, the religion. Okay? So you're getting this wide range of information just in these books alone. And these are the ones that you've referenced to these individuals. Okay? So this is where you can't fix stupid, no matter how many times you enlighten them. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. Because this is the turning point. Okay? Well, where do I find these materials? Go to Amazon. Go to eBay. Go to A Books or Lulu Publishing. Lulu.com. Severed Heads Publishing. There's so many different links out there that sell these books. Okay, that you can reference them to. And well, can you get them for me? No. It's up to you to do. It's up to you as the individual to go out there and get them yourself. Okay? And then when you say, why don't you do it? Well, I don't have internet. Well, if you don't have internet, how did you get on Facebook? In fact, how did you get to Google? How did you get to YouTube? How did you get to Twitter or to Instagram or one of these other social media sites? You see my point. You see my point on this, okay? This is the turning point in how they approach you. And all these people want to do is waste your time that you can be better off helping somebody else that does want to learn, that wants to become an apprentice, who want to become an adept in some form of religion, tradition, philosophy, okay, or practice. Okay, doesn't matter if it's voodoo, doesn't matter if it's Santeria, Palo Monte, Palo Mayambi, Kimbiza, Quimbanda, Umbanda, Satanism, witchcraft, shamanism, druidism, it doesn't matter. You could be better off utilizing your time to go out there and do this to help those who truly want to help, because these individuals want to simply waste your time. They want to they are nothing more than a nuisance, a hindrance to those of you who are truly and earnestly trying to become a practitioner of any given tradition. Okay, if you're trying to focus more on getting closer to your patron or your patroness, the system of spirits that you are working with, say the jinn, the ugan, the loa, demons or angelics. Okay, these individuals are looking to interrupt this process. And a lot of times when people get into the occult, the left-hand path practices, they tend to lead you down a desolate road. Okay, which is the other point here. This morning I was watching a video put out by the Black Witches Coven. I believe it was Savannah, I think, if I remember correctly, her name. She said her name before in several videos, but this one I don't believe she did. And she's from Australia. So, and it was interesting because she was giving pointers on how to better your rituals, the tips that you could use as a neophyte, an acolyte, a beginner. And one of the things that she said was black candles. You see, this is a perception that a lot of individuals really do mistake. You don't have to use just black candles. A few years ago, a brother of mine, and he was working with the demonic Bible. The demonic Bible. This is a book that I've worked with numerous times through the Thelema system, Thelema Zapier Dietis, to will into being, to the will to become or to evolve, okay, into your godhood. All right. So he came to me and we were talking about it, and it suggested black candles. And I said, go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. And he did. And he said after the first portion of that book, just going from first ritual to the end of calling on the Antichrist, stopping right there before going on to the second night and going the middle of the book and then to the end of the book on the third night. And you can do every single one of these rituals within about a 3.5 hour process. That's if you're motivated. But he learned a very valuable lesson in this because he felt very drained. He felt mentally drained, emotionally drained, and he slept the next few days. It was like a psychic vampire had latched onto him and just drained his energy. And then I told him, try white candles. These candles that were made from in ancient times with honey. Okay? Not joking, honey. That's where they got that golden yellow type look to them when they burn. It was the method of how they created them. And I told him, do you think that back in the old days, like say around 650 BC, do you think they had black candles? Do you think they had food coloring or food dye to make candles look green, red, blue, whatever? No. They made candles through physical wax, through sap, even honey. and a few other things that I haven't mentioned. The process of how they created candles from scratch was very impressive. And I do recommend that you do your research on that. It will benefit you, especially if you're a solitary practitioner. And let's face it, in today's world where you have to wear a mask and you, well, have to keep social distancing in mind because this whole coronavirus, well, think about it this way: making your own candles is cheaper in the long run, especially when you can just go out into the woods and gather it yourself and create, go to the store, pick up the rest of the stuff that you'll need, or even order it online. You see, and this is the other process that goes along with the first portion. You see, these individuals claim to want to learn, but there's a difference between those who truly want to learn and those who are just wasting your time. You got those who want you to do all the work. Well, if I'm going to do all the work for you, you're going to pay me for my time. Okay? It's called commerce. Second of all, if you truly want to learn, you're going to do the work yourself. You're going to put the time in and learn for yourself, not for somebody else. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're working with spirits. It doesn't matter if you're doing the study into a tradition. You're going to delve deep into that system. This month, I've personally set aside to the system that I'm working with because I want to get closer to these spirits. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do my videos and kind of keep you up to date on things because that's my responsibility to do. It was like yesterday when I was at work, we had so many stupid people come through the freaking line. I kid you not, it was so funny. The order taker said, "Come on down. That will be this price. This price, come on down." The individual sits there. "Can I come down to the window now?" "No, we're just going to have you sit there and hold up our line." Okay. You had one individual that didn't like her drink. So she argued with the team lead, who literally had filled in temporarily as the cashier. Even after she had told the individual, "I am the manager," still wanted to argue. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You can't fix stupid. Okay? These people will never change. They are leeches, nothing more. Then you can, if you wanted to, you could even use them in, say, soul offerings, or say, for an example, zombie type rituals. Because let's face it, they're not benefiting society. And the way society is going these days, we're basically going back to the 12th century, anyways, where there's no technology because nobody's going to be able to afford anything. When you're looking at $75,000 for a vehicle, when you're looking at, say, for an example, over almost 3 grand just to rent a two-bedroom apartment, you can't even live on your own. And people are sitting here worried about who the next president's going to be. If this person gets into office, then I'm leaving the country. Or you got people who live in these third world countries that want to come to a second or first class country. What makes you think that the grass is greener on the other side. You're so busy fighting over land, over materials, financial profit, that nothing is really being done that needs to be done. Same thing is in religions, philosophies. You got all these individuals putting out books, book after book after book after book, because it's about popularity. It's about egotism. It's about showmanship. It's not a race, it's a marathon. It's not about how fast you get there, it's about completing every level, every stage. And if you're not willing to walk that mile and develop as an individual, what's the point of walking it? What's the point of walking it or even jogging it? It's not a sprint going from point A to point B to see how fast you get there. Because if you do it that way, you're going to miss so many different things. It's a journey. This is not a sometime thing. It is not a part time thing. It is a full time practice. And that's what a lot of people today do not understand. I can't tell you how many individuals yesterday, you consider myself and a coworker, a couple coworkers. I had one coworker, his shift ended, he just bolted like his pants were on fire. Okay? Me, I came home, I left after everything, came home, my better half's on the couch. I went into my altar room. Okay? She came in about 10 minutes later, was work that bad, and it's like, you have no idea. Even she had to laugh at people, just at people in general. This is what I have to deal with at work. Just me, okay? As a cashier or as an order taker, which is 1% of the time, really. But my point is this. I did a video about a week or so ago on phrases, terminology and phrases that will help you to identify the individuals before they come into your life, before you allow them to come into your life. When you look at these phrases, they normally start off with a single word. Hi, or hello, sir, or ma'am. Or you get this one sentence, I wish to learn. I think in one case, I literally got an entire book on somebody's life. An entire book. I cannot stress that enough. It was a huge freaking documentary of this individual's life. Do I care? No. I don't mind giving advice. I don't mind sharing some research material for you, but I'm not going to do the work for you. Not unless you're paying me for my time. And I see a lot of people just doing this. They'll just hound you, hound you, and hound you. But they're not willing to do the work. They're not willing to do this stuff. That is why the phrases, the key phrases, are identifying marker. That is why you cannot fix stupid, because these people don't want to learn. They just want to waste your time like a psychic vampire. And to show you, I shared a little bit about my job, just a little bit. So this really does apply, not just in the magical or supernatural religious philosophies, the root workings. It goes on in just about every aspect of your life, from those you associate with, to your job, to your relationship status. How many of you have gone into a bar just to have a couple drinks? Just let's say, for example, you go into a bar and you just want to have a couple of drinks just to relax after a long stressful day. You really have no responsibility. You don't have a 3-year-old to take care of. You don't have a better half, so obviously you can go from work to the bar and then to home. Okay, you're sitting there minding your own business. How many people will just come over and waste your time telling you stories, telling you secrets, asking you questions? It's like, leave me alone. Socialism is the same exact way. And I was watching a video by Bokor Amira Leonard, rather. He really hit the nail on the head on this because he nailed it as 85% of the occult community is fake. I don't know if it's that high. I really don't. I don't know if it's really that high, but it does seem like there's a lot of individuals out there who claim to be something that they have not earned. They have not walked that journey. They have not put the time in to learn their religious studies through mythology, through historical content, and literally earn their titles. Doesn't matter if it's Black Pope, doesn't matter if it's a Magus, doesn't matter if it's a priest or priestess, Papa, Mama, um, Hugan, Memba, doesn't matter the title. If you haven't earned it, why are you using it? Because eventually these individuals are going to go up against somebody who is the real thing. And then they're going to be shitting in their pants. Why? Because they can't explain themselves. They have no means of defending themselves. They have no idea what they're doing. I had somebody come to me on a topic, and I put a number of things through. Just different names, different things, like a house, Periscope, the Bokor, not the one with the K, but the C, okay, which is another term for witch doctor, okay. The guy literally had no idea what I was saying. He thought I was referring to the Bokor, somebody who has not been initiated into Voodoo. And he claimed to be a Bokor himself. You see what I mean? These individuals are there to waste your time. You don't need them in your life. Learn to spot them. Learn to leave them, abandon them unto their own stupidity. Because they're not worth your time or anyone else's. If you truly wish to learn and you truly wish to evolve as an individual, then you're going to put the time in, no matter what practice you're in, and you're going to earn your right of passage. You're going to earn it, plain and simple. And with that said, I hope this has been intellectual. I hope it's been enlightening. And until next time, have a good day.